Nadler of New York. Mr. Chairman, good morning. It's good to see you.
Good morning.
I think a lot of Americans perhaps took the month of August off from thinking about impeachment and basically what's going on in Washington. They were with their kids or at the beach. So what is the status now as you all come back in session from your recess of impeachment in the House and before your committee?
Well, the status, first of all, is that that's not the only thing in front of our committee. We reported out 6 bills yesterday, three bills dealing with reducing gun violence, 1 bill to stop forced arbitration so people have their rights to trial. And tomorrow we are going to vote on procedures. We have been involved for the last several months, the Judiciary Committee has been involved in the last several months in an investigation of the President's various misconducts to determine, among other things, whether to recommend impeachment articles to the House. And what we're doing, and we've been doing that consistently. And what we're doing tomorrow is adopting procedures enabling us to do it more effectively. We will be adopting a procedure to enable a counsel to cross-examine witnesses for half an hour after all the members have had their 5 minutes apiece. There will be another rule will be to allow us to handle sensitive information privately, and the third rule will be to afford the President's counsel the opportunity to submit questions or answers to various accusations before the committee.
Chairman Nadler, 2 quick questions. Just on a technical basis, looking at the calendar, isn't it getting kind of late in terms of impeachment to be proceeding with this the way you are proceeding with it? And the second question is, what do you think most Americans would rather hear you focusing on, impeachment or background checks, strong background checks in gun legislation?
Well, we reported strong background checks to the House, and the House voted, approved the bill for strong background checks way back in February. Those bills have been sitting in the Senate waiting for the Republican majority for McConnell to allow them to be voted on. We did that back in February. We added, yesterday, we recommended to the House, and we'll probably vote on that next week, I assume, in the House, a ban on high-capacity magazines, extreme risk protection orders on a federal and state level for people who are dangerous, and a couple of other bills to deal with the gun thing. So we also voted a bill to deal with forced arbitration, and another one on establishing a small claims court for intellectual property. So we're doing all that work in addition to considering the President's misconduct, and we will have to consider as part of that whether to recommend articles of impeachment, and we'll do that as rapidly as we can. But of course the speed with which we can do that has been held up by the President's totally stonewalling, and as he said, he would totally stonewall and deny all congressional subpoenas. They have done that. We've gone to court to enforce those subpoenas, and I might add that stonewalling congressional subpoenas was one of the articles on which Nixon's impeachment was based.
Mr. Chairman, Andrea Mitchell has a question for you. Andrea?